If you could make one change to the Penn State uniform, what would it be?
That's easy. White cleats.
Oh, how come?
I feel like, this is my personal opinion, I feel like white cleats make you faster. No joke.
That was Jahan Dotson, and this is On the Bench with Mike Hall. That's me. Penn State's senior wideout Jahan Dotson very quickly became one of the most well-known names in the Big Ten this year. He scored a touchdown his first 5 games this season, highlighted by his 10-catch performance at the whiteout game against Auburn. No surprise to us Big Ten fans. Last season, he led the league in touchdown grabs. By all accounts, he has Sunday afternoon still in his football future. And speaking of, one of his former teammates at Penn State, Pat Freiermuth, is now in the NFL playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I started my chat with Jahan by asking him to spell Freiermuth.
Oh my goodness. Freiermuth.
Close.
Is it an
I'll give you
A?
another shot if you want.
Frier.
There's a missing E.
There's a missing E. F R. Is it IE?
That's what you did last time. Add an E before it.
Okay. FREI.
Yeah.
FREIER.
Yeah.
MUTH.
Boom!
Oh my god.
Second time's the charm, man. You just need a little guidance, you know?
That's all I needed.
What I could have done is say spell his first name. That you would have gotten.
That's what I got. Oh my goodness.
What's the story behind your name? I don't know a ton of people named Jahan.
Yeah. So kind of originated from my grandpa. His name's John. My mom, she said when she was younger, one of her friends, her son was named Jahan. Like, she thought the name was cool. So a lot of people don't have that name. It's kind of unique. So she kind of gave me that name. And then my middle name stems from my other grandfather. His name's Walter. My middle name is Walte. So Jahan Walte Dotson, got it from both my grandpas.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I was at an event last night and someone said Mike, and me and 4 other guys go, yeah? Like, that doesn't happen with you, I suppose.
Right. No, not usually.
Have you met another Jahan?
I actually have. I played against one in high school. He went to Parkland High School. His name was Jahan. He was the first Jahan I've literally ever met in my life.
Oh, man, I bet his middle name wasn't Walte, though.
It wasn't.
What's the best nickname you've ever been given?
My Instagram and Twitter handle right now, and it's Jaheezy. I was given that when I went to prep school. One of my teammates, I don't even know how he came up with that, but he started calling me Jaheezy. It kind of just started to stick. Everyone around the school started calling me that, and I kind of just made it my own thing.
I like it, Jaheezy. Now, I'd heard, is it Franklin calls you Silky?
I don't know.
I read an article where he said he refers to you as Silky. Was he making that up?
Sometimes he calls me like Silky Smooth, just kind of saying that my game's kind of smooth. I don't know. That's tough.
I like Silky because I have a long-standing thing that nicknames used to be super cool in sports. You know, like Walter Payton was Sweetness. And Frank Thomas was the Big Hurt.
Right.
And Lenny Dykstra was Nails. And like now it's A-Rod. You know, it's KG.
Yeah.
Like nicknames they used to be so cool. And I mean, Jaheezy's good, don't get me wrong, but Silky's where my heart is.
Silky? Okay.
Who's got the best nickname on your team?
The best nickname on our team. I think I'm gonna have to go with my roommate, Jesse Luketa. We call him Koba.
Meaning?
Yeah, he gets that one. You ever seen the Planet of the Apes movies?
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah. One of the apes is Koba, and it's like just like this alter ego Jesse brings out on game day. Like, he has the Koba face going on. He just turns into this savage. It's pretty cool. I think that one's the coolest.
All right. So how long have you lived with Luketa?
This is my second year with Jeffy.
Give me the dirt. I mean, does he not make his bed? Is he a terrible cook?
Jesse, literally the exact opposite of what you just said. He's extremely neat. Every time you go in his room, everything's gonna be in place. Extremely neat. He's the only one who really cooks in our house. He big fashion guy. He always has always the best dress whenever we go out, something like that. And a huge competitor. I play him in video games all the time. He hates to lose. Huge competitors. Have a lot of fun with that guy.
What's he cook?
His go-to is a little chicken and rice that he makes. He throws some sauce on it. He makes some of his mom's meals. But the chicken and rice is definitely the go-to.
Okay, so you're not providing any of the cooking skills here?
Not at all.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Let the roommate cook and you eat it.
Exactly.
So he sounds like the ideal roommate. I mean, there's got to be something. Does he like watch Real Housewives all the time? Or I mean, there's got to be something that's weird.
Nah, literally nothing. He's really the ideal roommate. Everything you can look for in a roommate, that's him, literally.
Wow. Well, you lucked out, my man.
I did.
Let me ask about another guy that you know pretty well, Sean Clifford.
Yeah.
Describe what he's like when he's in a huddle.
Oh, one word that always comes to my mind, just a leader. He's always leading us, literally. Like he always kind of has an answer for every single obstacle we're gonna go through, every single challenge we're gonna face. Literally going back to on the field, any type of coverage we're gonna see, Sean has an answer for it. He's just a great guy to have on your team. You know that he's gonna put his all on the field every single time that he's out there, and you can tell that by just looking in his eyes when he's out there, that he's gonna lay it all out on the line for you, and you just want to do the same for him.
Is he in the huddle more of like a very calm and composed, or is he like a rah-rah, like, let's go get him, come on guys, fire up?
He can be both. Sometimes he's very, very calm and composed, kind of out there just having fun, joking around with us sometimes. But then he knows when to lock in, and when he does, he's extremely serious. He's kind of like literally one of the coaches, like having a coach out there on the field with you. He knows he can yell at people, that he can get to people by just talking to them, and he has that kind of the voice to do so.
How often do you talk in the huddles?
Me, very, very seldom. I'm kind of a guy who doesn't talk a lot. I just kind of go out there, let my play talk for itself. But when I do, I know that it's gonna carry some weight because I don't say much. So when I do say something, that guys are gonna listen to me, and kind of I'll just give my 2 cents on what needs to be said.
When you were in practice and Micah Parsons was on the other side of the field, did it hurt when he tackled you?
Nah, Micah actually, I hate to say this, he's not a very hard hitter, but he's gonna make every single tackle. He doesn't make it. He's not one of those like flashy players, but he's a sure tackler. Like, you know that if you're in front of him, like there's a very high possibility you're going to the ground.
You know, someone's going to listen to this podcast and take away the headline that says Jahan Dotson says Parsons soft, not a hard hitter.
I agree. Someone probably will remix that.
I will. I'm going to be the one. Just so you know, I will be doing that for publicity's sake. What will be your lasting memory from any of the whiteout games that you played in?
It's crazy every time. Literally, something crazy happens every single time there's a whiteout game. Like my freshman year, I didn't play that much, but I got to watch KJ Hamler take a slant route 93 yards, 97 yards, 93 yards, whatever it was. And I never like felt something erupt like that, like the stadium did. My junior year, I had the big one-handed catch against Ohio State. That was really cool. And then this past year, Uh, I think this was my first whiteout that I had won. So that was just something that I can remember when we played Auburn. That was crazy feeling to me. Just celebrating that with the guys, with the student section, everyone dressed in white. It's literally a crazy time every time I'm out there.
Does that celebration, like, is that your favorite celebration of a victory you've had in your time at Penn State?
Uh, I think it is,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah, that was a big one for us. Two highly ranked teams. I never played an SEC team before. So that was definitely one of the best victories that I've had here.
Every year that the whiteout game happens, the sideline reporter will do some report about like, it's crazy loud here and you can't
Right.
hear all that. What's it like from your vantage point? Like, I mean, is it literally hard to hear when you're talking on the sideline?
Literally, like when our defense is out there, you can't hear a single thing. Like I try to talk to someone next to me, like it's almost nearly impossible to hear. It's crazy. But when we're on offense, it's pretty quiet. But after you make a play, it erupts. It goes insane.
Yeah. Take me back to give me an example of a non-Penn State whiteout stadium sound that you've heard that's comparable. What's like the closest any other stadium has come to being as loud as a Penn State whiteout?
Oh, that's easy. Kinnick Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Kinnick Stadium. Yeah. Even not even well, this year was extremely loud. But my sophomore year, literally the first I'll never forget this. The first drive, they had a sack on second and third down back to back. And I had never heard anything as loud as that stadium. It was insane. I felt like I was literally shaking just standing out there.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
that was the loudest stadium I've been in.
Can you like in the moment appreciate that? Because like I think that's one of those things that it's easy for us to not play it, to be like, that's cool. That's an experience you got to have. But I wonder if in the moment you're just like, I'm trying to win. I wish these people would be quiet.
Yeah, literally. That I love it. I love the away games. I love the energy the different schools bring, the different crowds bring. Just because like it can get so loud and then you make a play and it's like it's extremely quiet. It goes from like 100 to 0 like so fast. I love away games. I live for away games.
Well, you almost had your home games be very far away in that you were close to going to UCLA.
Yeah.
So you were committed there. Your mom, she told the Big Ten Network that when you committed to UCLA, she said it was a shock. Did
Yeah.
she not know what was happening before you announced it?
So like when I was down there, I kind of just like fell in love with it right there. So like I never talked to my parents about committing to school or anything like that. And like on the plane ride back home, I was like, I want to go here. And they were just like, what? What are you where did this come from? But like all in all, they were 100% with me as long as I felt like I made the right decision. They were gonna support me 100%. So it was definitely a shock to them, but they were all with it.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, in the whole sliding doors concept of life, if Jim Mora never gets fired, you're still a Bruin today, right?
Possibly.
Yeah.
That very high possibility. Yeah, I love Coach Mora, the whole coaching staff, Coach Fish, Jed Fish, all those guys. They were great. But yeah, things kind of fell in place. Coaches getting fired, spots opening up. I was able to make the decision to come to Happy Valley.
So take me through like the decommitment, because that seems like a unique thing. Like nobody cared where I went to school. So
Right.
no one that I had to call. So like when did you officially decide you were going to decommit? Was it signing day or was it before then?
Oh yeah, it was before signing day. I kept talking to Coach Jimmy Doherty, the wide receivers coach who was at UCLA. Just talking to him every week, and they had announced that Coach Mora had got fired, and I think like a couple days later, I was texting him and I told him I wanted to get on a call with him, and I told him I was decommitting and kind of opening up my process again. And Coach Franklin just kept talking to them, Coach Gaddis, and things kind of fell in place.
When you were growing up, like how much or how little did you find yourself watching Penn State football games?
Not much actually. I was a huge Reggie Bush fan, Matt Leinart, all those guys, big USC fan growing up. So I was kind of watching them a lot.
Well, it's understandable you had LA on the mind then.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I've always had dreams about living out there, starting life out there. I was literally since a little kid.
You brought up a couple of great quick names already, KJ Hamler and Reggie Bush. How would you do in a foot race against either of those?
Ooh. I think it'd be close. I think the more distance, the longer the distance, I think have a better chance. But if it was something quick, like 20, 30 yards, I got KJ Hamler against anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way he gets off the line is like no other I've seen.
That feels like the type of guy that would like inspire you. You see him go faster, and you're like, geez, yeah, I got to hit the weights. You know, I got to say no to that donut or whatever. I got to be as fast as this guy.
No, literally, that's exactly how it is.
I'm looking at your background behind you. There's a big picture of the uniform behind you. And here's my question. If you could make one change to the Penn State uniform, what would it be?
That's easy. White cleats.
Oh, how come?
I feel like, this is my personal opinion, I feel like white cleats make you faster. No joke. I feel like white cleats make you faster. There's just something about them. I think if we could wear like the white on whites away with white cleats, all white, that's like my dream come true. It's never going to happen, but that's like my dream come true.
Why couldn't it happen? You're a very powerful guy.
I am to an extent. To an extent. We got a lot of tradition at this school, some that can't be broken. And the black cleats have been working for us for who knows how long. So I think we're going to stick with it.
But just to be clear, do you think white cleats make you feel faster or look faster, or you think it genuinely shaves time off your 40?
It genuinely shaves time off your 40. Like, there has to be science behind it. It truly does.
Okay, I don't know if there is any science, but let me tell you, if you find some, let me know.
I will, for sure.
There'd be a good study there. You got to be fast for so much of what you've done at Penn State. Are punt returns scary?
I don't think so.
Come on. Come on. You're looking up. You're not looking at the defenders who are running full speed, trying to plow into you. It's not at all scary?
Nah. I've done it for a while now. But the ones that are really, really high, those are the scariest ones. Because I kind of, when I'm back there, I kind of peek at where the defense is, then peek at the ball, kind of just keep peeking back and forth, just to see where everyone is. But like when they're really high in the air, like you have to track it all the way. So you have no idea who's in front of you, literally.
Right.
But I feel like the more comfortable you get with it, it's not that scary.
Okay, see, I don't believe you, first off. I think it's terrifying, and I think you're just trying to be cool. So, but I'll move on. Here's another question. So when you're, let's say that the old adage, right, is you put your heels on the 10-yard line, and if it goes past you, you let it go. First off, do they still teach that? And second off, how hard is that to actually do?
Yeah. All right. So that is extremely hard to do. And my first ever play here at Penn State was a punt return. I'll never forget this, my freshman year against Kent State. And they put me out there, and we do the 10 and in rule. So I have my heels on the 10. The punter punts it, and I'm thinking, like, first time out there, first time to get the ball, I'm going to take it 90 yards to the house. He kicks it to the 2-yard line on the sideline, and I go and catch it. And I don't realize where I am till I look down and I'm on the 2-yard line. And I literally step out of bounds. And my coach let me have it. He let me have it when I got to the sideline. He's like, what do we teach every single week? Don't go behind the 10. So it's very hard to do just because, especially when you're running across the field, you don't realize that you're kind of running backwards at the same time. So yeah, that's a very tough thing to do.
Yeah, that makes sense because I always thought if you're just looking at the ball and if it comes to you, it's easy to not do it. But you're right. If you've got to move laterally,
Yeah,
it would be really hard to all of a sudden be on the 3-yard line and not know it.
exactly. Yeah, you have no idea how far back you're running.
What makes a good punt returner?
Fearless. You gotta,
Because it's scary. I see.
Yeah, you gotta when you're back there, you can't think about getting hit, how fast people are running, how high the ball is, whatever it is. You gotta literally be fearless back there, and sometimes you gotta take some chances. That's when the best punt returns happen. When you kind of just take a chance.
All right. You've been great giving us some of your time. Before you go, we're going to do before you go. All right. These are 4 questions unrelated to anything whatsoever. You mentioned your Twitter handle, which is Heezy, but it's spelled with 5s, which
5s.
is a problem because those aren't letters. I don't want to break news to you here. What would your handle be if it wasn't Heezy?
Probably just my name, Jahan. Or like J5 or something like that. Yeah, something real simple. If I hadn't picked Easy.
All right. Number 2, favorite musician or band all time?
All time. That's tough. Right now, I listen to a lot of NBA YoungBoy.
Okay.
He kind of gets me real hyped for games.
Me too. Yep, sure.
Yeah, I like him. But if I'm gonna, like, when I'm in a chill mood, I'm gonna say Michael Jackson. I listen a lot of Michael Jackson.
Oh, come on now. Yeah. Man in the Mirror, Black or White. I mean,
all of it.
We got some problems with the man's character, but he could create some songs.
That's very true.
Number 3, I'm gonna force you to brag. Okay, you're not doing it on your own. You're a humble person, but I'm forcing you to brag right now.
Okay.
Coolest phone number in your cell?
Oh, I'd probably say Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one, not gonna lie.
Pretty cool. Do you text him much at all?
I talk to him pretty often, yeah.
Pretty good guy? Still same down to earth?
Definitely. Great guy.
That's awesome. All right, number 4, final one. Who has the worst fashion sense on the Nittany Lion team?
The worst fashion sense. That's tough. This one, I might have to go with PJ Mustipher.
Why?
He's a big guy, as you guys know. Some days, like, he'll be dressed in all camo. Like, I don't know where he gets that stuff from. And then he can, like, switch to some jeans and Jordans with, like, camo still on. Like, that just doesn't go together. You can't look like you're ready to go hunting and look like you're ready to go to the club at the same time. Like, I don't know. I'd probably have to go with PJ Mustipher.
Yeah. Pick a lane, Mustipher. One or the other.
Yeah, for real.
Jahan, thanks so much for your time. That was a lot of fun to get to know a little bit more about you. And if Mustipher hears this, you said it, not me.
I got you. I'll give him my heads up.
There it is, Jahan Dotson, the Penn State star. And again, a bright future ahead of him. Thanks for listening. I'm Mike Hall. We'll see you next time on The Bench.